show and between numbers, the ladies used to sit back here and talk and gossip. It was really a lot of fun, unless they was talking about me.
You know, Dolly's out in Hollywood now. Well, I went to Hollywood one time. I never will forget it. And 3 girls that work on Hee-Haw, they got me a date. Took 3 of them to do it, but they done it.
I don't want to interrupt them right now because Minnie Pearl's telling one of her great stories.
We all went out, and they had dates, and I had a date. And we made it up. We was going to tell one another the next morning how many times we got kissed the night before, but how many times we said the word morning next morning when we seen one another. And so the next morning, this first girl come in, she said, "Good morning this morning." So she got kissed twice. Second girl come in, she said, "Good morning this morning, pretty morning this morning." And the third girl, ooh, she said, "Good morning this morning, pretty morning this morning, pretty morning in the morning. This morning, pretty morning." Just made me sick. And then I come in. You know what I said? Happy!
Well, good morning, Jean. Good morning, Norma Jean. Good morning, Jeannie Shepherd. Good morning, Kitty Will. Good morning, Dale Wood. Good morning, Jan Howard. Good morning, Skeeter Davis.
Don't you say it.
Where was you last night?
Well,
Yeah.
I get on the morning this morning. Nice morning in the morning. This morning will be a nice morning in the morning.
Oh, is that bragging?
Do you know when we walked in the back door here today, is the first time I've been in this beautiful old building since we performed our last show here. And moved
Really?
to
I come back here a lot.
And it, you know, it's
been.
just exactly like it was the last night, the very last performance in this opera house. I don't think it's changed a bit. I know it hadn't been painted.
Listen, I was in that old ladies' room over there one night, and I heard the most exciting sound coming from this auditorium. Just people screaming and hitting each other with each other. Just going crazy. Guess who it was when I walked out? Hank Williams Sr.
Yeah. It's amazing. Every time I walk in here, Marty was so great.
Marty Robbins did the last one.
Goosebumps 3D.
Rod.
Just think about it.
They were here once.
I'll tell you a quick story about Ernest.
Remember that?
Ernest was so very gracious. And this lady kept talking to him. She had this baby, and she had named him Ernest Tubb. And I went on and done my show, and I come back, and Ernest was still talking to the woman. And they said, "Ernest, you've got about 10 minutes to get ready." And he kept saying, "Well, honey, I've got to go and get ready for the show." And she just kept talking. And he was so gracious. He was trying to get away from her, and he couldn't do it. So finally, the lady, he said, "Honey, I have got to go get ready for the show." He was real firm with it. She said, "If that's the way you feel about it, I'll just change this baby's name." He said, "I don't care if you name him Grandpa Jones. I've still got a show to do."
That's what I started to say. When we're all around like this, there's one special person that comes to my mind that I miss so much, and I know all of y'all knew her and loved her too, and that's Patsy.
Yes.
Patsy was great.
I met Patsy here.
The first wig I ever saw in my life, the first hairpiece I ever saw, Patsy wore it, and it was blonde as your hair is, and she came out on stage that night, and the next time I saw her, it was red. And I thought she was changing the color of her hair, but she had a whole wardrobe of wigs. But she used to tell me all the time, because my hair was like way down to here then, you know, I could almost sit down on it. And she'd say, "Boy, if you just have that haircut and give it to me, I'll have me the greatest wig in the world." Well,
You know, somebody else I want to talk about that's a legend is Rod Brasfield. You knew him, right? And the old Purina, was it the Purina Opry they called it?
Yeah. Well, Rod was the funniest man. One night he said when we finished, "Miss Minnie, I want to walk home with you. I love to walk home with experienced girls." I said, "Oh, I'm not experienced." He said, "Yes, and you ain't home yet." Oh, he was so cute.
You have so many good tales.
Oh, listen, I've been very fortunate to have known people like you all and people that I've known. I'm 75, and I have found out this, that there's an expression that the people who are in circus life that walk the high wire use, and it says, "Count only the time on the wire."
all right.
See, that's what you all have all done.
And I wanted to take this chance while I've got her here. I don't get to see her much, but I wanted the chance to tell Kitty that she was such a big influence in me getting started in the music business. Because when I was just like about 14 years old, I used to listen to the opera every Saturday night on this very stage, which, you know, thrills us all to be here.
You have been so beneficial in all our careers, like Norma Jean said, for all us girls. Back at the time that you got big in country music, there were no women that had made it, because women still, their place was still at home, so to speak, and it was so in country music, or the girl singer. That's exactly
That's the way it was when I
right.
came.
What was it like for you working in that world? I mean, when you first started out?
You know, when I first started singing on the radio, I worked here in Nashville, and then after Johnny and I got married, well, we started working. We held down jobs. I worked in a shirt factory. He worked in a furniture factory. And so we'd work during the week and then go out on weekends in theaters or little schoolhouses around here and play. So that's how we got started in the business. But I've always traveled with him. Of course, back in those days, it was a no-no for a girl to go out and work, you know, just...
That's why
like
Roy
that.
Acuff called Rachel Brother Oswald's sister.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So they even, wow.
Because the people were critical of the fact that she was going to travel. She was traveling with all the boys. See, when I came here, I traveled for 7 years. I learned a lot. A lot of mornings at 5 o'clock, those men in that car thought I was asleep.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sure they did. You know what? I think this would be a real appropriate time, Kitty, if you wouldn't mind singing a little bit of Honky Tonk Angels. There ain't a one of us, nobody that's ever, no girl singer that's ever been on stage has not sung that. Would you sing a little verse and we'll all join in and help you? Okay.
All right. As I sit here tonight, the jukebox playing the tune about the wild side of life. As I listen to the words you are saying, it brings memories when I was a trusting wife. It wasn't God who made honky tonk angels, as you said in the words of your song.